House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 8, and I hope you like disappointment because...
What would you have me do for the final episode?
Nothing.
Let's go. The episode kicks off with an epic dragon battle. Just kidding, here's a monkey though. The point is, Tyland Lannister, no, that's Jason. No, not Hugh of the Clan Forsaken Vale, and no, not the Kingdom of frickin' Tyland. Editor, you're fired. And Tyland has teleported past Rhaenyra's blockade to meet with the Triarchy in Tyrosh, hoping to set them against their old bane, the Sea Snake, who, as you won't recall, dramatically escaped near death while fighting them off-screen last season.
I will not sail with a man who cannot best me.
At what?
And being the comical relief, of course. And over at Sharp Point, Aemond has just destroyed an entire town off-screen. Why?
You know what he is, what he has somehow become.
Okay, if you say so. And will we see how this affects the people there?
Of course not.
Will we see any semblance of consequences?
Believe it or no, it is of no consequence.
Will they make a big deal of it and then forget about it?
If it wasn't obvious before, it certainly is now.
And in King's Landing, Larys comes in to say...
We must leave King's Landing, quickly.
Then go!
Ah, but not before we get what is actually good dialogue for once.
I am burnt and disgusting and alone.
You're not alone.
My is destroyed. Did they tell you that?
There are better days ahead.
I can't even piss without it running down my leg.
They will hail the returning king. Aegon the victorious. Aegon the rebuilder.
Aegon the realm's delight.
The realm's delight, which, of course, is one of Rhaenyra's nicknames in the book. Something the show chose not to include, unless you count that mummer's farce in Season 1.
Rhaenyra! The realm's delight!
And over on Dragonstone, Jacaerys somehow knows what's happened in the last hour.
Do you know what has happened this last hour? The so-called Prince Regent has burned Sharp Point down to its stones.
Dude, what app are you and Mistery using for live updates? I've got a raging betting addiction and I could use something like that myself. And if you want to get live updates on all things Westeros, just kidding. This channel is not actually sponsored. Do check out the links in the description though if you enjoy these videos so I don't actually have to fire my editor. Thanks. And over on the docks of Driftmark, Nick Fury over here mansplains what to do with the newly acquired Avengers.
You now have a great advantage. You must strike quickly.
I had hoped my advantage may be in deterrence.
Excuse me? Rhaenyra looking fiercely into the camera, Targaryen says what? Rhaenyra, I want Aemond Targaryen. Targaryen says what?
What did you say?
Ryan, why do people watch this show again?
It's 17 multicolored dragons of all different shapes and sizes. That's the thing you're all most excited about, right?
Well then...
Start that damn joust before I piss myself.
How goes the Sea Snake?
I've given her a new name.
Oh god.
The Queen Who Never Was.
Over at Harrenhal, Daemon shows off his therapy progress by walk-and-talking like only people who got their shit together do.
Sir Alfred Broom has come to see you.
So much for Kristen's crusade to effectively cut off Dragonstone by land, I guess.
May I have a word in private, Your Grace?
Why not? It's not like Daemon actually had somewhere to be.
Rhaenyra's intentions are good, but what we need in this moment is a king.
I never took you for a turncloak.
No, not a turncloak, just an unreliable chauvinist like the rest of the Black Council.
As I am constantly told.
Know the difference. And look, Simon Strong is standing just outside of, but maybe within eavesdropping distance to maybe hear or simply make assumptions, who knows. Back in the capital, it finally occurs to Aemond to do something about people sneaking in and out of the city.
Let no vessel come or go from our harbor without our inspection.
Wise move.
And to think all it took was for the Crown Prince to be assassinated, Daemon and Rhaenyra sneaking in and out unnoticed, a spy network being set up, and a bunch of bastards flocking to join the enemy. But hey, better late than never, right?
The people depend on the fishing boats for sustenance.
They will need no sustenance if they are slaughtered by the enemy.
And look at that! Alicent returned from her little eat, pray, love trip after all. How very filler that all turned out to be. Anyway, that leaves us wide open for another human conversation.
Why does everybody hate us? They're unhappy. And unhappy people look for someone to hate.
I was happier before I was queen.
Crown has need of your service. I need you to fly with Dreamfire to battle.
Now.
I was just going to bed.
Make commoners into dragon lords. It's a sin and must be punished.
I bet you regret coming back to the city now, Alicent.
I need passage, and your discretion.
Well, wherever you're going next, it best be by land or dragon.
Our mother is not a dragon rider.
Right, so land then, because remember...
Let no vessel come or go from our harbour without our inspection.
Good luck with that. Oh, and remember how Rhaenyra...
Had hoped my advantage may be in deterrence.
Well, that's old news now, because...
You'll fly in 2 days' time, and their armies all must be subdued.
You wish for us to kill innocents?
We must break the will of our enemy.
Oh, and some more of these little birds.
Remember Varys who employed spies and called them his little birds?
I said more of these little birds.
Oh God, Ryan, I think I'm...
Your Grace, Daemon has raised his army, but Sir Simon fears treachery.
Adam, come with me.
Birds.
We're back at Harrenhal, and... Oh, look, Alys has returned. Hold on a minute. You mean to tell me it took Alfred more than 3 episodes to ride to Harrenhal, but Aegon recovered from his 3rd-degree burns and Alys was able to ride to Riverrun, kill Grover Tully, and come back to Harrenhal in roughly the same amount of time? Guys, this is Game of Thrones Season 7 all over again, which, for the uninitiated, is really, really bad. Unless, of course, Alys is indeed the ghost of Harrenhal, or a shape-shifting barn owl for that matter.
Do you never sleep, witch?
I haven't decided what to believe, and neither has the showrunners by the looks of it.
I'm going to the Godswood.
To the Godswood! Whoa, who is that antlered humanoid over there?
It does not matter.
No, let's see here. Antlers, that reeks of Baratheon. Could be Robert's predecessor Lionel Baratheon, also known as the Laughing Storm, who is set to appear in the upcoming Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Or perhaps it's Bobby B himself.
Careful now.
Well, seeing as you eventually go on to end the Targaryen reign, it kind of makes sense.
I'll kill every Targaryen I get my hands on.
In any event.
Today you are ready.
Alright, what have we got? Brynden Rivers, the old fox, remember him?
You're the three-eyed raven.
Also known as Bloodraven, he is, of course, the bastard son of Aegon IV, born some 45 years after the events of House of the Dragon. Served as Hand of the King and was later sent to the Wall, accompanied by none other than Maester Aemond, where he rose to Lord Commander of the Night's Watch before disappearing beyond the Wall to become the Three-Eyed Raven. Another one to look forward to in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and arguably the most interesting character in the history of Westeros. Strange choice to depict him as an adolescent, though, when he only becomes the Raven well into his adulthood. Next up is a wolf's perspective, probably Ghost, leading up to an AI-generated image of the Night King? Wow, that looks f***ing horrible. Guess the budget really did run out with Vermithor in assembling the Avengers. Then a small dragon lying dead with other dead dragons behind it, very cool. Whoops, mind your step, Daemon, you're gonna get yourself killed. A red comet, 3 dragon eggs, and your homegirl Daenerys Targaryen, Daenerys Stormborn, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Breaker of Shackles, Mother of Dragons, the Song of Ice and Fire. Oh wait, that's Jon Snow. Okay, but the prince that was oh yeah, they made that Arya for some reason. I'm not sure why Hot D thinks it's all about Daenerys in the end when it really wasn't. Anyway, here's Rhae-Rhae on the throne and Helaena to tell you what that means.
It's all a story. You know your part.
Yeah, know your place, Daemon, you silly man. Then Aemond tries a different approach to get Deus Ex Helaena over here to join him in battle on her dragon.
Dreamfire.
Come with me. We will lay waste to Daemon and his army.
And if I refuse, will you burn me as you did Aegon? Aegon will be king again. And you'll be dead. Swallowed up in the god's eye.
That's not foreshadowing, that is just straight up spoilers. What the hell? Then Rhaenyra goes to investigate what this report of treason is all about, and, like you do, enters the dragon's lair unarmed.
Come see for yourself.
I see you have done well here.
They are sworn to me.
And to whom are you sworn?
I am meant to serve you until death.
Well, that vision sure did the trick.
We fight for our queen!
Wow, Ryan, such expectations, very subverted. Back on the docks of Driftmark. Actually, nobody cares. Ryan, are you vegan or something? Because most of your characters lack any stakes whatsoever. Moving on. Who remembers People's Champion Miss Zarya?
I know the struggles of the small folk of King's Landing. They will be ruled either by you or by the usurper, and only one of you has shown yourself to be merciful. Do not underestimate your subjects. They are 1,000 and forgotten for too long. There is more than one way to fight a war. This world is cold, and there are few in it who are steadfast. You, I think, are steadfast.
And Mysaria, who of course is portrayed by half-Japanese actress Sonia Misono, is now suddenly advocating for the annihilation of cities.
I must strike, and in striking I doom thousands to their deaths.
He left you with no choice. You know you are just. You must prevail.
And who pays the price?
All for the greater good, of course. Later that night, guess who's decided to teleport in behind enemy lines for the 5th time this season? Bingo, it's Alicent.
Drink.
Wow, so much for closing the port. And just like Mysaria, Alicent too has undergone quite the changes of heart.
What everyone in the realm knows is that one day you will be our king.
I raise my cup to you. You will make a fine queen. Am I to understand that members of the small council have been planning to install my son without me? Aegon will be king.
There's been a mistake.
There's been no mistake. I've been, I think, mistaken.
Ugh, God, Ryan, why?
You can't keep getting away with this!
Why have you come here?
We will open the gates. You will enter as a conqueror. Once you take the throne, this senseless war must end.
What of Aegon?
He has many faults, but he still heeds his mother.
What would you have me do, Mother?
Nothing.
12 seconds later.
I must put an end to the opposition. I must take Aegon's head. You know this.
It is known.
A son for a son.
A son for a son.
You do remember Jacaerys, don't you? There was a funeral and everything.
What's that?
Sansa, I swear to f***ing God.
I am at last myself, with no ambition greater than to walk where I please and to breathe the open air.
You really need to just move to Bali already.
Come with me.
Oh, yes, come with me. What a wonderful phrase. Yes, like every good drama, it's resolved by running away and living happily ever after.
I'm asking you to come with me.
It's basically why Game of Thrones became popular in the first place.
Forget about them. Come with me.
Will you come with me one day to Volantis?
Come with me. Run.
The first sword of Bravos does not run.
My part is here, whether I will or no.
Enough! 7 hells! What am I to make of this?
You let me go, and you fly to the Red Keep in 3 days' time, and you take your throne.
That's very honorable.
Honor? I've got 7 kingdoms to rule!
Or you take me for a liar.
Why on earth would I trust the word of a lying little savage like you?
Alright, so what are we to make of all this? We've got everyone donning armor, even though battle is far from imminent. I'm looking at you, Corlys. That's a death sentence, you imbecile. Rhaenyra finds Sheep Stealer after days of running around the Vale. Wow, didn't see that one coming. And it looks like Jason Lannister's request for a dragon escort was denied. But the Hightower armies wasn't, as they are accompanied by the young Prince Daemon. And no, we haven't seen him yet, but he's Alicent's son by Viserys, making him a full brother of Aegon, Helena, and Aemond. And no, he's not also their uncle or something, just a brother, for now. And he flies on Tessarion, who
has at last taken to wing.
Fresh meat for the grinder, in other words. And, Otto is imprisoned all of a sudden? I mean, that certainly explains why he hasn't been answering Alicent's letters, but I'm surprised neither Mysaria nor Larys got this update on their phones.
There is war in the Reach now. House Beesbury has raised arms against the Hightower host.
Right, so my guess is that the Beesburys have taken Otto prisoner for allowing Lord Lyman to be killed in Season 1 after refusing to crown Aegon.
Well, have no part!
But who knows, it could also just be that this budget ain't big enough for CGI and Rhys Ifans. Lastly, we've got Aegon being spirited away to the safety of Bravos.
With the goat f***ers.
I sure hope you've got enough coins stowed away, Larys. Wouldn't want to wind up having to peddle seafood in the streets, am I right?
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
Well. That was certainly one season of television. With everyone and their dog marching on Harrenhal, something is sure to go down eventually. How will Alicent live up to her promise of delivering Aegon's head now that he's f***ed off to Essos? Can Ulf turn Jacaerys' classist frown upside down, or will he prove him right to mistrust? Will Hugh figure out who was behind the blockade that starved his daughter to death? And will he ever see his wife again? How in the world will Otto get out of his newfound pickle? And can the young Prince Daemon pull off something daring and even out the playing field, with the odds looking increasingly unfavorable for the Greens? My money's on black, but then again, the house always wins in House of the Dragon.
It's been a long season without you, my friend. And I'll tell you all about it when I sneak in again. We've come nowhere since episode 10, and I'll